Good morning, my dear students of Prakash Vidyalaya. Welcome, where students love to learn. My dear students of class 7, today we are going to do chapter 4 of history, the Mughal Empire. The Mughals had ruled our country and the whole subcontinent was under their rule. Let's see how and what they did. From the second half of 16th century to 17th century, Mughals controlled nearly the entire subcontinent. Mughals were the descendants of Genghis Khan from maternal side and Timur Lenk from paternal side. I hope you understood. They belonged to Genghis Khan from their mother's side and they belonged to Timur Lenk from their father's side. Babur, who ruled from 1526 to 1530 AD, was the founder of Mughal Empire in India. Quite in contrast to their predecessor or the previous rulers, the Mughals created an empire and accomplished what had hitherto seemed possible for only a short period of time. It was quite for a short period of time. In 1530, Babur was succeeded by his eldest son Humayun. Remember, Babur's son was Humayun, who succeeded the throne after Babur in 1530. Humayun was not a great emperor and was defeated by Sher Shah Suri, an Afghan ruler, and Humayun had to flee to Iran. He had to run away to Iran to escape from the hands of Sher Shah Suri. He came back to reign his empire after 15 years. He recaptured Delhi in 1555 but died in 1556, the next year. Akbar was 13 years old when he became the emperor, and Akbar was only 13 years old when he became the emperor. He was the most competent Mughal ruler. Akbar the Great, as we have heard, as we all know him as Akbar the Great, he was a great ruler, a worthy ruler, and he changed a small empire into a large empire. He was also well known for his tolerant religious policies towards one and all, as well as for good administration and economic reforms and works. He was an able ruler with great performance in his administration and economic reforms. Akbar's son Salim or Jahangir succeeded him in 1605. He ruled up to 1627 AD. Martyrdom of the 5th Sikh Guru Arjan Singh took place during his reign, and it was Jahangir who brutally killed the 5th Sikh Guru, Guru Arjan Singh Dev. Jahangir was succeeded by his son Khurram or Shah Jahan. We all know Shah Jahan by this name, and his actual name was Khurram. His period is known as the Golden Age. Shah Jahan's ruling period is known as the Golden Age because there was a lot of improvements in art and architecture, welfare of the communities, the kingdom, the ruling power, administration, everything. For agricultural progress also in the Indian history. Shah Jahan's third son, Aurangzeb, became an emperor in 1658. He ruled up to 1707. He reimposed Jizya, the tax on Muslim and Sikhs. Muslims. The successor of Aurangzeb are also known as later Mughals. Aurangzeb was the last powerful Mughal ruler. Aurangzeb was the last powerful king who ruled from the Mughal dynasty. He was tolerant towards the Rajputs and waged war against the Marathas and Sikhs, which led to the downfall of the Mughal Empire. And once he started his campaigning against the Marathas and Sikh, he had a downfall. Mughals followed the custom of inheritance among all sons. That is, those who joined Mughal services were called Mansabdars, and they were from a diverse background and held Mansabs or ranks. They were given the titles of Mansabdars. The salary and the power were determined by the numerical value called Zat, Z-A-T, Zat, and Mansabs received salaries which were called Jagirs, and their salaries were known as Jagirs. Initially, Jagirs were carefully evaluated by Aurangzeb's reign, and there was no longer the case. Todarmal was Akbar's revenue minister, a great name in the history, Todarmal, and tax was calculated on basis of area and crop and the yield of the past 10 years. Looking back at the past 10 years yield from the crop yields, they were taxed. This system of taxation was known as Jabat. Please refer to the terms. Akbarnama was a book written by Abul Fazl, from where we get all information about Akbar's ruling, his administration, his methods and policies. In 1570, Akbar, after his discussion with many religious leaders, patrons and persons, formulated Sulh-i-Kul, a fight for universal peace. By the end of 17th century, Mughal Empire declined, giving rise to many independent kingdoms like Hyderabad, Awadh, etc. So, in detail, there is a lot of things that took place. In many places, the Mughals were suppressing the Rajput rulers and gradually rose to power. And I hope this gives you a clear idea how the Mughals ruled and what sort of Mughal improvement took place in all these years. The Mughal rulers, Babur, then Humayun, then Akbar, then Jahangir, Shahjahan, and the last powerful ruler was Aurangzeb. Hope you remember the names which I read out in the last. Thank you, children.